Okay, Arena, John, I'm in the back end here and I'm just kind of showing you uh, one of the courses here where you have lessons and then a quiz, lessons and then a quiz, and so on and so forth. And these are already created. If we go in here and take a look at them, you'll see that the number of questions are all created from the PDF. Um, there are generally 3 or 4 different types of questions. I would say over 50% of them are true and false. A lot of them are multiple choice. And then a fewer number are what are called matching. For example, they look a little bit like this. If we go into one, uh, match the following from Acts. And they would say these would be the answers, basically. Chapter 1 through 7 would match Judea. Chapter 3 through or 8 through 12, Samaria. Chapter 16 through 23, Greece to Ephesus. Chapter 24 to 28, Rome and beyond. So they would be so the student would get that question, match the following, and they would see these chapter expanses, and then they would see all of these separately, and they would have to match these to this. Okay? So that's how that works. Let me show you another example here. We'll go into quiz 5 here. And a typical true false would be there is an explanation of the New Testament without Christ. True false. And that would be false. So I'm actually going through all of the quizzes and the exams in terms of the teacher's key document, which shows what the correct answers are. So I just really am zeroing in on that and nothing much else. So that's how all of these are inputted. It's really a matter of looking at each one on the PDF, or I actually convert it into a document, a different kind of document, and I copy the question, paste it here, and then if it's true or false, I click one, this would be true, this would be false, and then do an add to question. And it's a little bit tedious, a little bit monotonous, but that's really all that's involved from here on out. So for the next 2 months, basically, I'm just going to be adding quizzes, midterm exams, and final exams in this actual methodology. Now, on the front end, the way this looks is if you're in a dashboard like this, it would be, it says administrator, but this would be for a student, and they can actually see my quiz attempts, stuff like that. They could see whether they passed or failed, or whether they got something right or wrong. All their data is in here. Their enrolled courses, quiz attempts, everything. So that's where all the record keeping is done. And on the course themselves, if they're in this course and they're taking this course, they can see whether they've passed. This one, I don't know why. It's just showing that I abandoned it. But if we look at a quiz 3, this is how it opens up when you start taking it. There's 26 questions in this quiz. And this is the question: Romans is not a doctrinal book, true or false. And the multiple choice ones would have obviously multiple choice things. There are a few essay questions, mainly the very last question in the midterm exam is an essay question. You're being asked to write a paragraph about something. But most of them are true and false, multiple choice, or matching type of questions. There's just a few fill in the blank type of things. But for the most part, it's true and false and multiple choice. And that's the way all of them look. You know, if you leave a quiz, it's asking you whether you want to leave or not. So that's quiz 2. You see these exclamation marks indicate that I started the quiz and then abandoned it. You know, and that would be noted in your dashboard. Now, there are time limits we can give to each of these quizzes. This is 28 questions, so you might want to tell me how long, what's the maximum amount of time that you want somebody to be able to take a quiz and finish it. Same with the final exam and the midterm exam. And what is the total length of time that we want to give them to take a course? Okay? That's another thing. So I can set all of that. But anyway, this is how the quizzes are working out. I have the midterm exam and the final exam at the very bottom, but the midterm should probably and can be moved up somewhere in the middle of the courses. But, you know, I'll just take a look at the lessons and see where the midterm should logically be. Probably about 1/2 to 2/3 of the way down. And all the quizzes are kind of like every 3, 4 to 5 lessons. That seems to be the way it's working out. But this is basically what it is now. It's all about inputting, copying and pasting the quizzes and the final exams. And all the lessons for the AA degree are already in there. Okay, they're already done. So it's just a matter of adding the quizzes. And there's quite a bit of labor involved. So I'm not going to lie, it's going to take all of a month or two to get them all in there. And I'm not even really talking about the BA degree. I'm just trying to work an hour or two every day with these quizzes, because it's basically kind of a no-brainer. There really isn't any creativity involved. It's just raw time. It's just a pick and shovel job. It just involves copying, pasting, true or false, put in the multiple choices, pick the correct one. That's really all it's about. It's just, you know, to be honest with you, kind of tedious. But that's where we're at. It's all in place. I'll try to do some of the other fine-tuning stuff. You might want to think about establishing a Stripe account that I can put into the website in place of my Stripe account, which is only in there for testing purposes. So we're going to have to do that ahead of time. And then I will go ahead and get the enrollment application in and create a way of collecting that money without regard to paying for the individual courses, or however you want to handle that. But it's all about inputting the quizzes and the final exams right now. Okay, that's about it. I'll talk to you soon. Maybe in a week or two, I'll give you a little update about how far I am. I'm only into the first few courses, you know, so as I go, I get a little faster, a little bit more efficient. So things should accelerate over the next couple of weeks, and I'll let you know, okay?